hope this is in focus because I don't know how to check and I'm also really blind. I need to turn off the AC. I again do not have enough time to film this video because my battery is already dying. I got a new camera lens, so I'm excited to use it. Hello, my name is Michelle. This video is mainly going to be a hair care video and tips and stuff. Also, I noticed that in my last video I do look this way a lot. It's because my front yard is right there and people walk by and I have ADD, so it's hard for me to stay focused on the camera. I'm gonna start off with all of my hair care products, what I use on my hair, and then we'll get into the tips and tricks for colored hair. By the way, this video is not sponsored at all. I'm actually showing you guys products that I absolutely love and I use on a daily basis. For shampoo and conditioner, I use the Fanola NutriCare shampoo and conditioner. It is a restructurizing conditioner that really helps repair my damaged hair. Although I don't have blonde hair anymore, I was blonde for a very long time, and you guys asked how I maintained my blonde hair without it getting too brassy or too orangey. I use the Fanola No Yellow Purple shampoo along with the Fanola No Yellow Purple mask, if I can show you in the inside. The bottle is very pigmented. You don't want to leave this in your hair for more than 2 or 3 minutes unless you want purple hair. This will tone out all the brassiness from your hair. Okay. So to keep my hair from being super greasy and oily, as I do have dark roots and it does look oily from time to time, I use the Amika dry shampoo. This thing smells wonderful and I've had this for maybe 5 or 6 months now and this still is pretty good to go. Now I'm going to talk about specific hair masks and treatments that you can use to help your hair. I only use hair masks at least once a week depending on the integrity of my hair, because if you do over-treat your hair, you will destroy it and damage it just as much. You're over-moisturizing your hair to the point where it's kind of soggy. This is the Fanola NutriCare Restructurizing Mask. It smells just as good as the shampoo and conditioner. I'm on my second jar now and it's still pretty full. This thing is amazing for repairing damaged and dry hair. I've dyed my hair for 4 years, guys, and I've had parts where my hair was just, there was no return. It was so bad that I actually chopped it all off, but this saved my hair so much. But when you definitely put the time in to treat your hair, it helps in the long run. Usually I will wash and condition my hair and then towel dry it till it's damp, and I will slather this baby all over my head. Then I'll wait about 30 minutes to an hour and I'll rinse out, style, and you're good to go. This thing is my holy grail. How is it windy outside? So I currently am using the Fanola NutriCare 10 restructuring spray. I apply this onto my hair when it's still damp and I just let it sit in my hair and soak up all the nutrients. For hair serums, you usually want to use them while your hair is still damp and wet as well, because you don't want to add serum onto dry hair. It'll make your hair feel really gross and oily. And I use the Fanola NutriCare serum and it's filled with crystals and it smells really, really good. I like the smell of it. It also doesn't make me feel super greasy. I use this every time I wash my hair, along with the NutriCare leave-in conditioner. Now that I've terribly explained the hair products that I use, I will try my best to explain hair care tips. Disclaimer, I am not a professional hairstylist. This is just from what I've learned from personal experience and from reading up on blog posts and articles and just doing a lot of research on my own time. The first time I dyed my hair was back in freshman year of college when I made a drastic change from black to pink. I haven't had black hair since. The biggest tip that I can give to you guys right now, I'll just be very blunt and very quick to it. If you guys can't afford to keep the maintenance of your colored hair, I really don't recommend doing it because it is a big change, but also it is a lot of work. Make sure to always do your research before changing your hair color. You need to know what kind of hair type you have, what your hair can and cannot pick up depending on pigments of color. Integrity of your hair is extremely important because you do not want your hair to fall out. I will be very honest with you, bleach will damage the crap out of your hair and your hair will fall out. You will have breakage. Before you bleach your hair, you can use coconut oil, or you just don't wash your hair for a week on end. You need to understand the natural oils in your hair. How much oil do you produce daily or every other day? How often do you need to wash your hair? You just need to do a lot of research on your hair. Before bleaching or dyeing your hair, I do recommend doing a strand test in the back of your hair where No one can really notice it to make sure you're not allergic to anything. For example, if you are allergic to any chemicals in the bleach and you accidentally put it all over your head not knowing and you get a very bad chemical burn, that is not okay, so always do a strand test first. Never bleach your hair with 40 volume developer. I don't care what anybody says. Don't use anything higher than 30 volume developer because it will fry your hair. Just take it slow. Take your time when it comes to bleaching your hair. If you have black hair, you can't expect to go platinum blonde extremely easily. It's gonna take a very long time. Always listen to your hairstylist. Always go to a professional when it comes to bleaching and dyeing your hair. I'm at fault for this, but I didn't start going to a professional hairstylist until about a year ago when I realized how bad I was treating my hair. My hair was this short, I had so much breakage, it was falling out. Always listen to your stylist as well. If they say they can't do a specific color, it's probably for a good reason. Bleaching your hair does dry your hair out, so that's why they probably don't want to do it all in one go. I think that's about it for bleaching. I'm not sure, but that's what I can think of at the top of my head. We're gonna talk about color care along with hair extensions. For color care, there's not really much to it. If you want to keep the color in your hair as long as possible, always wash your hair with cold water. Try to wash your hair as little as possible. Invest in shampoo and conditioners that are for color treated hair. Depending on how long you want to keep specific colors in your hair, for example, blue hair, there are a lot of products out there that do provide shampoos and conditioners for color treated hair. For example, when I had my super bright blue hair, I used Overtone. If you do plan on removing the blue colors or any sort of color, it stains your hair. Yes, that's about it for hair color. When it comes to brushing your hair, I always recommend using a wide tooth comb first and comb from the bottom up because you don't want to pull any tangles out from the root of your hair and then you're left with a bald spot. Invest in very good hair products. Don't use the cheap stuff. A lot of drugstore hair products are filled with silicone, and when you continuously add silicone to your hair, it does weigh down the hair and your hair may feel nice and look nice, but over time when you build up that extra silicone, your hair will feel awful. Another tip is try not to use too much heat on your hair at once. Try to use heat as little as possible. If there is a possibility that you can use a little to no heat at all, I highly recommend it. This is somewhat relevant to hair care tips. Invest in some satin or silky pillow sheets. Cotton and any other sort of fabric will dry up your hair and it gets really rough on your hair. Also, the natural oils in your hair does seep into your bed sheets. I try to sleep in with my hair in a low ponytail or just like any loose ponytail or buns. I don't like leaving my hair out. I might choke myself with my hair, I might get super tangled, and it's just not fun. Lastly, we're going to be talking about extensions. I'm going to go very brief with the extensions because I don't think it's that important. I've been wearing extensions since I was a freshman in high school. I bought myself my first pair of extensions on eBay and I regret it. I also was going through my scene phase, so I had that choppy fringe hair with really long extensions that were super noticeable. Those were the days. I first started out with clip-in extensions because they're really easy to remove. You can take it off before you go to bed and they weren't that much of a maintenance. I recommend always using human hair extensions. You can't really style synthetic hair. They're easy to wash, they're easy to maintain, and you can style them however you please. With any sorts of fallout or hair falling out with extensions, I never had a problem with it. I know I had people who had problems with clip-in extensions because it would start ripping at the hair and they get bald spots, but I personally never had a problem with it. After clip-in extensions, I did try tape-in extensions for the first time last year and I loved them for a really long time, but getting them removed was absolutely horrible. The tape adhesive will get really loose over time. They do fall out, so sometimes I'll be washing my hair and I try to run my hands through my hair. And with tape and extension fallouts, I will be honest, I did have a little bit of fallout with tape-in extensions. I think that's about it. I don't know. I don't really know what else to talk about because there's not really much to talk about. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, I apologize for boring you with all this hair stuff. Make sure to subscribe and follow me all on my social media links, which I will link down below. I will also link down all the products that I've mentioned earlier in my description box. Anyways, guys, I am late to my FBE summer party and I should probably get going. Bye, guys!